Hello everyone. In this session, we are discussing the systems in the CNC machines, the advantages, limitations, and some part with respect to the CNC programming. Now, the term machine tool, either it may be a convention or it may be a CNC machine tool. But in the CNC machine tool, normally the computer numeric is attached to the machine tool. That machine tools are called as computer numeric machine tool. The computer numeric machine tool always has a slide table and a spindle to control the position and as well as the speeds. The machine table is controlled by the x and y axis direction, and the spindle speed is normally controlled by the y axis direction. The other three axes in some of the machines are the ABC. Even those also related with respect to the table only. The driving system of the CNC machine consists of the amplifier circuits, the driving motors, and ball lead screws. The MCU feeds the signal of each axis to the amplifier circuit, which amplifies, and the same is forwarded to the driving motors, or it may be the lead screws. The control signals is then augmented or increased to actuate the driving motors, and also actuated driving motor rotates the ball lead screws to the position of the machine table. Now the feedback system. This is the one of the major system which is available in the case of the CNC machine, but this type of system is not available in the case of the NC machine. This system consists of the transducers that acts as a sensors. It is also called as the measuring system. It contains the positions and the speed transducers that continuously monitors the position and as well as the speed of the cutting tool located at any instant. The MCU receives the signals from the transducers, and it is uses the difference between the reference signals and as well as the feedback signals to generate the control signal for corrections the position and as well as the speed errors which is caused in the case of the machine tools. The display unit is normally a computer. The monitor is used to display the programming and as well as the commands which is executing in the machine tool. The other useful is nothing but the data transfer from the one system to the another system. The classification of the CNC machine tool. The first classification is based on the type, on the motion type. Now it has been classified into two types. The first one is nothing but point to point system, and second one is contouring system, or it may be a continuous system. The second classification is based on the control loops. In that there are two, is one is with respect to the open loop system. The second one is nothing but the closed loop system. The third classification is based on the number of axes. In that, the first classification is 2 and 3 axis CNC machine, and the second one is nothing but 4 and 5 axis machines. The last classification is based on the power, either it may be electric or hydraulic or pneumatic systems. The advantages of the CNC machines. As you know that the CNC machines are more advantageous when compared to the NC machines. The CNC machines increases the productivity with accuracy and as well as repeatability. For that reason only, the CNC machines are used for the mass production. The cost of the products can also be reduced very economically when compared to the conventional machines and as well as the NC machines. Reduce the indirect operating cost. Facilitation of the complex machining operations, especially in the case of the conventional machine, the complex types of operation, it's very difficult to do it manually, but in the case of the CNC machine, the complex operations can be done very easily, and we can go for a repetitive components, and more number of components can be produced with a short duration. Greater flexibility. The greater flexibility is with respect to the transfer of the program, and even if there is a any minute error in the production, that can also be rectified, and the same thing it can be corrected and executed. Improved in production planning and control, lower operate operator skill requirement, facilitation and flexibility in automation. These are all some of the advantages with respect to the CNC machines. Now, the limitations of the CNC machine. The major limitations are nothing but the high initial investment, high maintenance requirement, and no not cost effective for low production costs. As I told, the cost which is mattering for a major in the case of the CNC machine. The CNC machines are more expensive and requires greater initial investment than the machines that can be operated manually, or in general what we can say a conventional machines. However, as this technology becomes the standard and the supply is increasing, resulting the cost gradually decreases. Skill losses. As the demand of the manual machine operators decreases, fewer skills is most essential. That is nothing but the programming skill is a essential, where the programming is a must for the CNC machines. This could eventually leads to a complete loss or the long preserved skills. The unemployment. Automation decreases the need of the manpower, and a fewer in labor are hired. That said, the need in now shifting to the software engineers and mechanical engineers, and the education and training will have to adjust the meet that need. For the more information, the skill gap in the manufacturing sector plays a major role. With the implementation of the automation and as well as the CNC machine, normally the manpower decreases, which also increases in unemployment. The CNC part programming. In the CNC part programming also, now what we are discussing is only with respect to the fundamentals of the part programming. The machine involves an important aspect of the relative movement between the cutting tool and as well as the workpiece. In the machine tool, this is accomplished by either moving the tool with respect to the workpiece or vice versa. In order to define the relative motion of the two objects with reference to the direction required to be defined. These reference directions depends upon the type of the machine tool, are defined by the considering the imaginary coordinates systems on the machine tool. A program defining machine of a tool or a workpiece in this coordinate system is known as the part programming. Lathe and milling machine are taken as a case study, but other machine tools like the CNC grinding, CNC hobbing, CNC filament winding machine, etc., can also be dealt with the same manner.